So we're about to get into like the news that's going around. So basically, Hulu is putting together a documentary of the festival from back in the day called Freaknik that used to happen in Atlanta. And the internet is going crazy. People's mamas and aunties and whatnot are just like on the internet talking about, man, talking about people going crazy because they don't want to be, they don't want to be shown on camera doing stuff they would, they would, that they look at, now in their age that they are now and are like, oh my God, I can't believe I used to, you know what I'm saying? Or I don't want that shown to the public, kind of like that, Hulu's kind of like, I believe, messing with people's privacy as far as I could tell you. And, crazy thing about, I'm sure the crazy thing about it is just like with the whole, like when they did a whole doc on, or the biopic or doc or whatever on Jeffrey Dahmer. Netflix didn't even do any type of contact into the families of those people who were victims of Jeffrey Dahmer. So I'm pretty sure it's the same exact thing here with Hulu and this Freaknik documentary. I'm sure they didn't contact none of the parties involved with this hedonistic festival, basically. But we're going to get into this video so I can explain it more.
It to the people who don't know about it or too young to maybe have attended or know someone who's attended this extremely wild and insane spring break blowout party festival deal. So basically, Freaknik started back in the early 80s in Atlanta, Georgia. It was like a college organized picnic in the park during the spring break time. And I guess it was like mainly for people of color. I don't know how it all worked out. It was a long time ago. And it was all good, wholesome student body activities starting out, but later grew into this out of control Girls Gone Wild style situation, but much crazier. It got so out of control, it became like a public safety thing, like a concern, and the mayor had to step in and the whole thing got shut down basically. But now Freaknik is being featured in this big documentary coming out on Hulu, and the people that attended Freaknik back in the day,
they freaking out,
kind of worried, and it's causing a big controversy because they probably don't want to be seen at this festival. And let me explain why. Freaknik was the fucking most obscene festival America has ever seen. The stories and the different artifacts we've seen come from Freaknik are so raunchy and so foul. Basically what I'm saying here is Freaknik was known as a place where you would commonly witness or even be involved in public acts of indiscretion in the form of group-oriented sexual intercourse. Let me explain. There were trains being run, in public in the Georgia sunshine, and people were enjoying it,
Freaknik. Oh Lord, I can't imagine how embarrassing. I can't imagine how embarrassing that's gonna be for like somebody's auntie to be seen doing something not PG on camera, or somebody's mama doing something on camera that is not who they are. Like some of them, like, I'm sure more than half of these people, and I'm not even gonna talk about just women, like men too, like more than half these people probably got better, are in different places of their life. Some people probably lawyers and doctors and nurses, and some people probably found God, so on and so forth. Some of these people probably got families. They don't want their children to be, see them on this Hulu documentary doing God knows what. But I mean, hopefully something happens to where this doesn't come out. I'm gonna be honest with you. If it does come out, I ain't gonna watch it. I ain't gonna watch it just because, like, it's like, put yourself in the shoes of somebody who's probably gonna be in that documentary if it does come out, and video clips pop up in the documentary of that person, and I'm sure Hulu ain't even call that person. Your son or your daughter sees you in there, and then you got to explain to you, especially if they're young, like, you got to explain to them, oh, why is mommy or why is daddy on camera doing something like that? You know what I'm saying? Like,
there was people outside in the open just getting to it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now, there were other festivities going on as well, not just that, but everyone kind of knows this festival as the place where 5 dudes and a woman could be seen doing uninhibited multi-way public intercourse. And there were cameras rolling, apparently, and there was probably some footage of this stuff, allegedly. And, the people who were at this event in the early 90s and partaking in some of this shit, they're liable to be exposed now in this documentary. And the people are scared that a bunch of people are going to get their lives ruined and somehow get doxxed in this doc. Imagine seeing your wife of 28 years who you love and cherish on camera camera getting passed around like a fucking Nerf football by like 5 enthusiastic young men. It wouldn't be a good feeling. And I don't think that, people want their memories jogged to this, the people that were on the receiving end, if you catch my drift. And a lot of these girls were being straight up assaulted and, taken against their will by these groups of men. And it's heavily known and documented.
Freaknik 1998 took place, and the footage from the event shocked the nation. Video broadcasts showed several women being chased by men.
They had this thing in Atlanta called cut up, and today it'll be called because guys would go out and it'd be one guy, it'd be one woman, and she'd be they call her cut up, and she would be with the cut, she'd be with the slicing.
Okay.
And then guys would take their turn. I ain't saying.
So basically, they taking turns having intercourse with one woman. That's nasty. That is nasty. That is some real sick, foul, nasty, just disgusting. That is nasty. Man, the 90s and the early 2000s was really a wild time, for real.
I indulged in this, but this was a culture in Atlanta.
I think we used to call that running a train.
Yeah, but they said we looking for some cut up.
Hence the Pastor Troy song, Some Cut. That's what he was talking about.
Yeah, what it is, yeah. All those cut songs, that's what they mean.
So a lot of these people's grandmas and mamas
for some cut up. Some straight slice.
It's so weird because there was a song I used to listen to when I was like 6th grade by Trillville called what is it called? Something cut. It's something cutty or something like that. And that's what cut means. Cut means train. And I just don't know the Atlanta lingo like that. That's crazy.
So real.
So if your mama over 35 and she used to go to the Freaknik, she might have got cut up.
She probably got sliced up.
And I think that's a big reason for all the pushback too. People got to protect their name. No one wants to get indicted for a sexual assault for something 30 years ago.
Wait a minute.
Hold
on. It says predominant black professionals sue Hulu over 94 Freaknik documentary release. Like, is it out already? Yeah. See. Okay. Yeah. They are getting sued over it. All right. That's good. That's good that they're getting sued over it because, one of these days these streaming platforms that do these documentaries are gonna learn that they got to contact people. If it's a public documentary, I don't care what the ramifications are of public criminal court cases, public festivals or whatever. You got to contact these people, bro. Like some of these people are in like better positions in their life, or something bad happened and they didn't make it to see today, and their families don't want to see that. Like these streaming platforms gotta like tighten up for real.
Their name, no one wants to get indicted for a sexual assault for something 30 years ago that they thought they got away with scot-free. There's a little bit of that too, allegedly, speculatively, my opinion only. But do I think the Hulu documentary is going to have any footage like this, like the acts themselves in the documentary? No, I don't.
Probably not.
Freaknik was so notorious for this exact thing that just being seen in the festival, like just being seen there, just knowing someone was there, could imply like that person or people were participating maybe in this kind of gross train ride and stuff. It's not a good look. There's even a picture going around on Reddit right now where it shows like 5 guys standing around this girl and she's naked from the waist down, and they have all their hands on her butt and they're spreading her cheeks. Right. And it's of course done in broad daylight, and the picture was taken and now it's being circulated in the wake of all the rumors of this documentary coming out, and a lot of people are scared that their
You notice what he just did there, right? He zoomed in on who posted it, Adam 22. Oh my goodness. People already don't like him right now.
That's just like 30 years ago. A lot of people are like career people now. So it's going to be really interesting to see this all unfold. Hopefully it does come out, and hopefully all this stuff does happen, because that would be
very bad for that to happen to whoever face got captured or anything like that. Like I said, more for the females than the males, but like equally. Like I said, a lot of these people have 30 years ago to now. I'm sure a lot of these people are in different parts of their life. So hopefully it don't come out, man.